a young generation of missionaries in Mongolia, a center of influence in Santiago, Chile, and mission in North America, coming up next. Hello and welcome to Mission 360. I'm Gary Krause. Today's program is coming from the city of Santiago in Chile. This capital city is located in a valley, and you will see it surrounded by majestic mountains, the Andes and the Chilean coastal range. The country of Chile is a very urbanized country. 40 to 50% of the country's population live right here in this city. And because of its location, on any given day, you can go to the beach and you can ski in the mountains. Well, on today's program, we're going to travel to many parts of the world to see mission in practice. But first up, let's travel north to North America to see what's happening with 13 Sabbath offering projects this quarter.
I've been dancing for 2 years, and what made me start dancing? Well, it's because I was really interested and for my family. My family is like mostly all shawl dancers. Shawl dancers are representing the butterfly, so we have to be graceful and light. The stars is for my mom. She calls me her little shining stars, so that's why I have a bunch. And then there's my butterfly because it represents the dance. I have yellow in it for my Cree name. My Cree name's Yellow Mountain Road Woman. And blue because I love blue.
Shanique is a member of the Cree, one of the largest groups of First Nations in North America. In Canada alone, there are more than 200,000 members. An increasing challenge in North America is for Native youth to retain their culture. Through dance, Shanique is able to continue her tribe's legacy and express herself. She has attended the Mamawe Ataskatan Native School in Alberta, Canada, since she was in the 2nd grade. This Adventist school is located in a rural environment to allow students to focus on their school experience. This is a unique school because it specifically responds to the needs of the Native population from kindergarten through high school. By celebrating and integrating the Native culture, the school can educate in a powerful way. Students regularly attend classes in Native history and language, in addition to standard classes. They get a hands-on education that prepares them for their future.
They are really supportive. Like, say if you're behind in your grades, they would help you personally and help you up your grades. So they want you to pass, not fail. They want you to succeed.
All students are given breakfast and lunch for free if they ask for it. The staff wants to ensure every student has the best opportunity to learn. The staff's caring attitude builds the students' trust and confidence in them. For some of these children, this may be the only place they feel safe and secure. At this school, students have the opportunity to talk with trained counselors about any topic.
I wanted to start dancing since I have a lot of energy, there's that reason, and to get rid of some of my sorrows, to let them free.
When Shanique was in the 3rd grade, her father passed away. Her father's death was difficult to deal with, and she felt alone. It was around this time that she first learned about Jesus. She began reading the Bible and found comfort in its stories.
When I was little, I felt really by myself. So when I came here and learned about it, I was like, oh, there's actually someone here to look after me and I'm not alone.
This transformed Shanique's life in a positive way. Teachers and staff at this school emphasize the importance of a personal relationship with Jesus. Now she spends time in God's Word each day and continues to grow closer to Him. As enrollment grows each year, there is no more room for growth in this building. Mamawe Ataskatan Native School has begun construction on a dedicated high school building to facilitate current and future growth. The staff and students ask for your support through the 13th Sabbath offering this quarter. A portion of this offering will go to the school to satisfy its growing needs. Please join us in prayer as they meet a great need in this region. Thank you for giving to the 13th Sabbath offering.
I'm in a center of influence, a Life Hope Center in Santiago, Chile, and my guests are a family who have been connecting, attending classes here at the Center of Influence. So thank you so much muchas gracias for joining me this evening. Now, earlier you gave a little bit of your story and you said that your family was going through some challenges before you came to this center. Can you describe the situation you were facing?
Bueno, particularmente yo estaba muy afligida. Vivimos una situación muy difícil de enfrentarlo el año pasado, especialmente en salud, problemas tanto de la familia, un fallecimiento de un familiar cercano que era mi suegra, y sobre todo cuando me tocó mi hija. Cuando tocó mi hija ya ahí me golpeó muy fuerte, ahí tenía que haber un cambio en mi vida. Y no hallaba qué hacer, tenía que buscar talleres, soluciones en su salud y además la parte espiritual, que era muy importante encontrar un templo donde poder orar. Y estaba en esa constante, unos días antes estaba orando y ese mismo día en el caminar, cuando justo salimos, me llega un libro así como caído del cielo, yo digo, porque yo no vi a las personas, vi globos, solo vi globos, es lo que recuerdo. Y me llegó un libro y ese libro habían talleres. Mi esposo me decía, Juan Carlos, sí, justo tiene talleres lo que estábamos buscando, lo que habíamos estado pidiendo, lo que tanto nos afligía a nosotros como familia. Porque estábamos viviendo también una situación económica. Yo tuve que dejar de trabajar para cuidar a mi hija y un familiar de mi esposo también, que estaba delicada de salud. Y ahí yo dije, en esa búsqueda, dije, tengo que ir al centro, pero no fui al tiro y mi hija me dijo, mamá, vayamos a... Entonces dije, ya vamos, porque ese día que yo lo recibí era sábado. Fuimos el lunes y ahí encontré dos niñas fantásticas, que era una de ellas, primero la que me recepcionó, es Estefanía, y nos habló de todos los talleres y nos explicó los talleres. Y ahí de a poquito entramos y le inscribía a cocina saludable. Posteriormente, como el médico nos había dicho de que tenía ella que recibir kinesiología, la inscribí a kinesiología. También parecía que todo en mi vida se estaba resolviendo. Y después de kinesiología, yo le pregunto qué era Conectados. Y ahí me explica, es un taller de la Biblia. Justamente mi esposo hace como 2 semanas, una semana más o menos, me estaba diciendo, yo quisiera aprender de la Biblia, entender más allá, porque nosotros no tenemos tanto conocimiento, hay muchas cosas, nos faltaba el aprender más, el tener esa motivación de seguir leyendo la Biblia. Y qué mejor este centro que cuando llegamos nos enseñó todo eso. El pastor, el día en que vinimos al taller de cocina, que fue el saludable, justo calzado para la salud de mi hija y de la familia en completo, porque a ella le diagnosticaron resistencia a la insulina. Entonces su alimentación ya había sido cambiada, ya la estábamos cambiando, pero no sabía cómo yo preparar ese tipo de alimentos así en la diversidad, como Javiera y Estefanía, cuando nos enseñó en ese taller, el compartir, el saber, y ella también, mi hija, las dos, aprender de la comida vegana, o sea, vegetariana, saludable, era importante, y de ahí nos llevó la oración, y fue cambiando. Orar, el pastor Estefan y el pastor Flores nos ayudó y junto con las hermanas, la comunidad, esa hermandad que había, el amor al prójimo, eso es lo que yo estaba buscando, porque en conjunto ya estábamos trabajando algo así, pero no sabíamos en dónde hacerlo, cómo hacerlo, porque como familia estábamos intentando, pero aquí nos dieron el apoyo y cómo aprender a orar, que eso me gustó mucho, y desde ahí mi vida cambió, nuestra vida cambió, hasta la de mi gato, porque mi gato estaba muy mal. Y la verdad nos decían que hasta hay que pedir lo más mínimo. Antes para mí pedir era como molestar al Señor mucho, pero no, pedir hasta lo más importante y que sea su voluntad de Él. Y así fue. Y yo pedí por el gato y es increíble que resultó. Nunca me voy a olvidar. Fue justo por el cumpleaños de mi esposo. Y fue un despertar para todos. Fue muy lindo, maravilloso. Así es que agradecida de eso.
Thank you so much, Carmen, for sharing. Carlos, can you tell me from your perspective what difference it has made for you and your family?
Bien, primero reconocer que tuvimos una respuesta muy concreta cuando llegamos a este centro, que efectivamente se vio reflejada al poco tiempo de estar participando en distintos talleres, en mis hijas, en mi esposa y yo personalmente, que estaba en la búsqueda también de la lectura de la Biblia, lo cual al poco tiempo nosotros en nuestra casa recuperamos el tiempo de la oración, por ejemplo. Nosotros nos estamos dando espacio a cosas importantes y la oración en nuestra familia recuperó un tiempo que habíamos perdido. Entonces, eso obviamente trae mucha tranquilidad al grupo familiar y fue muy positivo en la vida sana, en la vida espiritual, en cosas que en realidad son importantes para nosotros.
Wonderful, thank you. One of the daughters, could you tell me what difference your life has, different experience you've had now that you've come to this center?
Bueno, mi experiencia fue que conocí el cristianismo real, se vio representado en las personas del centro y mi forma de pensar de por sí cambió mucho, mi actitud, mi conducta. Antes estaba sometida a filosofías o ciencias que no me llevaban a nada y ahora reconozco que este centro de por sí es parte de mi felicidad. Eso.
Muchas gracias. Thank you very much for sharing today. And viewers at home, these are called centers of influence for a reason, because they have an influence that reaches out into the community, sharing God's love in very practical ways. So please pray for centers of influence in large cities all around the world. We'll be right back right after this break. Welcome back to Santiago, Chile, and behind me is the National Library, which was built in 1925. Next up, we learn about mission work in the country of Mongolia. I'm standing in the Mission Museum in the headquarters of the Adventist Church here in Northern Asia, and I'm standing in front of a cabinet which has some implements from Mongolia, which is appropriate since I'm talking to Pastor Nimdawa from Mongolia. In fact, from the city of Ulaanbaatar. Now, you are an ordained Seventh-day Adventist pastor, and you are only the second pastor to be ordained in Mongolia. Tell me, what's the history of the Adventist Church in Mongolia? Has it been going for decades, 100 years? What's the story?
So Mongolia is located in central of Asia. Yes. So population about 3.1 million. So Mongolia is Buddhist country. But Seventh-day Adventist churches, not so long history. Since 1992, one of the American couples came to Mongolia. They just started a home group and then spread the gospel. Some of the Mongolian young people. Since also that time, so Seventh-day Adventist Church just started all the works until now.
Yes, so you referred to Brad and Kathy Jolly, yes, who were working for Adventist Frontier Missions. And as you say, they just started with a small home group, yeah, but now the church is growing and growing. And when I was there many years ago, it suddenly hit me what a young church it was in terms of most of the people in church were like under 25 years of age. Is that still the case?
Yeah, that's right. Mongolia church is very so young. So most of the people are high school and then also students. There are very few, just adult people.
Yeah. Now, what are some of the challenges in Mongolia? I mean, I know the stereotypes that Mongolians like to drink a lot and they drink hard. And what are some of the challenges facing the community?
Yeah, most of the challenges, there are many also drunken people. People are also used to drink vodka much. And then there are also family abuse. And then also third one is there are also unemployment. It's very high.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm sure the vodka drinking and the abuse in the family are connected pretty closely together.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what is the Adventist Church doing in Mongolia to help the people?
Seventh-day Adventist churches now, we have 31 churches. And then we are doing some outreach program, and then also public evangelistic meetings, in a personal evangelistic meeting, personal ministry. And then also we had some also correspondence school. Yeah.
Now, Pastor, you are an administrator, you care for Adventist Mission, you also help pastor a church, but you've also planted churches in Mongolia. Yeah. How did you become a Seventh-day Adventist?
In 1999, I just found the Bible. And then since that time also, I read the Bible. And, I spent time much for the Bible. After 6 months, I just know the where is God. And then after that also, I met with my friend, asked him how to find the church. Because before that also, I heard some voice, which is go. Second time also, I heard one of the voice, which say, you just pray. I don't know what was the meaning about that. Third voice is you have to go to church. After that also, I just realized that I have to go to church and I will find the church. And then also these things also, I talked with my best friend, my best friend's wife go to the church. And then I met with him, and then after he brought to the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Since 1999, also I just go to church until now. Yeah.
Now, Pastor, you came from a background in another world religion, and how did your family react when you became a Christian?
Yeah, just my family is very committed to the religion, but when I also went to the church, they're very uncomfortable, saying that they said, if you go to the church, maybe you have to leave your my family and home. And then also at the beginning, my father was very angry, and then said, you have to choose. If you want to stay home, you not go to the church. If you want to go to your church, you must leave the home. That time also, I also struggled, and then it was in my heart, how can I make a choice? That time for me is very hard time. Yeah.
And you obviously made your choice.
Yes, of course. By God's grace, I made my decision to follow Jesus Christ. Yeah.
And were you pushed out of your home?
After that, of course, was my parents unhappy, but that time God called me, and then I just attended in Filipino 1000 missionary movement.
Okay, so you went to the Philippines and did some further training.
Yes.
Yeah. What would you say is the number one challenge that the church is facing in Mongolia?
Yeah, Mongolia is, now is our young people is so also materialistic.
Yes.
That was also Western culture much affected to our young people. And then they are very secular now. That things also is very hard to reach, people. Yeah.
Right. So the influences of secularism, materialism in the West are making their impact.
Yes.
Okay. Pastor, thank you so much for sharing with us
welcome.
today.
Yeah.
And viewers at home, please pray for the church in Mongolia. It's young, it's already starting to feel the effects of secularism and materialism and even the forces of unbelief coming into this country again. So pray for them, pray for church members, and pray that the community may be awakened to the love of Jesus in a very practical way. Next up, we travel north to North America, where we'll see projects that will benefit from your 13 Sabbath offerings this quarter.
I am the second grade teacher here in Ebuy at Ebuy SDA School. I teach all subjects for second grade.
Come to her house. Go where? To her house.
Ebuy is a small island in the Pacific Ocean. It's part of a chain called the Marshall Islands. More than 15,000 people live on this small piece of land, and half of the population is under the age of 18.
Ebuy is very small, very populated, lots of children running around. They are very friendly. They will tell you hi, Yahweh, want to touch you, want to touch your hair, give you a hug. And then also there's not that many trees, not that many flowers, just a lot of buildings because, you know, such a high population.
Ebuy Seventh-day Adventist School plays an important role on the island. It educates children from preschool to grade 12. The school relies heavily on Adventist volunteers to function. Student missionaries especially come every year to fill the empty teaching positions. Elisa was a hairstylist in the United States, but she believed God wanted something else for her life. So she began praying for direction. Someone suggested that she consider volunteering her time for God's work.
I had no idea where Ebuy was, but there was an available opening, so I applied and I asked God to open the door if I was supposed to go or shut it if I was not supposed to.
Since she arrived, Elisa has grown close to her students. They frequently hug her and want to spend time with her. The bond she's formed with the people on the island has motivated her to put her best effort into her job. But there have also been major challenges to living abroad. Since Ebuy is an isolated island, getting fresh food here is infrequent, and healthy living can be difficult.
So some of the struggles on Ebuy have been getting sick and also not getting enough nutrition just because the food is very different here. There's not a lot of fresh produce. So my first sickness was chikungunya. It's a mosquito-borne virus. And then I got a dislocated kneecap from teaching the boys soccer. And so that was a struggle. I had to return to the US. When I had to return home from dislocating my kneecap, I was very angry. I felt guilty for leaving all my kids and my fellow missionaries. And I was angry at God. I blamed God for it. And I told all my family, I'm never coming back to Ebuy. And then I drifted away from God a little bit, and then I prayed. I started praying, God, I need to come back to you. Tell me what to do with my life. I need my purpose. I need to know what it is. And as I prayed, God showed me that I was supposed to come back to Ebuy because in the first place, who was the one that led me to Ebuy? It was God.
When Elisa's knee was better, she returned to Ebuy for another year of teaching. She feels even more dedicated and closer to the students than before.
What I like about being here is being able to provide that kind of support for the children and a nurturing experience for them. And most of all is Jesus Christ. You know, telling them about Jesus and his love and showing that love to them, not just telling them, but most importantly, you know, showing it in my own life to them.
One of the biggest obstacles the school faces is maintenance. The salt concentration in the air is so high that everything deteriorates at a fast pace. Something that would normally last 20 years in other parts of the world might only last 3 years in Ebuy. The staff and students are grateful for your contributions to the 13 Sabbath offerings.
Yes, most definitely the money is needed for our school. There are many renovations that are ongoing. You know, we constantly, with the salt water, it affects the building structure. And then also right now we have termites in the wood. So I think we're trying to turn the school into mostly, I think, concrete so we don't have the termites. So yeah, there's a lot to do and things are, they're always falling apart just again with the weather, the salt water, and just a lot of kids, you know, maybe being hard on the school.
Please consider how you can help the Ebuy Seventh-day Adventist School in the Marshall Islands, as well as other schools throughout the North American Division. Education has a huge impact on future generations. Thank you for supporting the mission of the Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Well, thanks so much for joining us on today's program. And I hope that you've enjoyed our 360-degree view of mission around the world. And we've covered a lot of territory on today's program, from Chile to North America to Mongolia, very diverse cultures and people groups and different languages, but they all have one thing in common. The people living in these territories are very special to God, and they are His children, and we have the opportunity to share His love in practical ways. And I want to thank you for your continuing support, your partnership with Adventist Mission to help this make this possible through your prayers, through your mission offerings, through your global mission donations, and through your personal involvement. As a special thank you, I'd like to send you a small free gift. It's a book written by Gina Wallin, and it is called True Believer. It's a fascinating story coming from the former Soviet Union. Well, for Adventist Mission, I'm Gary Krause, and I hope that you can join me next time right here on Mission 360.